morning, everyone. Today is October 26, 2020. I'm in San Antonio, days in, off the 410 loop. It must have rained last night because I had rain. I wiped it off, but I had rain on there was water on the motorcycle. You can still see some of it. I wiped off this. When I get home, I'll be washing it. Anyway, for today, I'm going to stop off at the Sam's Club. I got to pick up gas for the motorcycle. And this segment of the journey will be from San Antonio to Corpus Christi. And then I'll make another segment for Corpus Christi to Brownsville. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I'm just showing the scenic value of traveling. And right now, traveling, because of what's going on in the world, you get very good prices if you shop around, because the hotels are not at capacity. I asked someone in where was it, Big Spring, Texas, how it was, and she said it was significantly down, the volume of people coming into the motel there. So follow me along, and let's see what we can see. After getting gas for the motorcycle, I headed on to 410 loop east, and I'm going to take this until I get to signs for 10 East San Antonio and 87 South. So it's a nice day. Traffic wasn't that bad, and sometimes in San Antonio the traffic can be extremely bad, but I'm leaving early in the morning. Now, you see those clouds up ahead? Well, they contain rain, and this was the only part of my trip where I hit rain. Out of 11 days out on the road, this was the only time. Now, on the East Coast when I used to ride, I used to hit rain all the time. I mean, you have to be aware that you're going to get wet on the East Coast. Now, someone once asked me, what do you do when it rains, when you're on the motorcycle? I said, well, you get wet. And they just stare at me like I'm crazy, but that's the truth. If you ride long enough, you're going to get very wet. I hit rain one time. I was coming back from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I was going to back to Long Island, New York, about 700 miles, and it rained almost the entire distance that I rode. It was terrible. One of the guys I was riding with, his boots were so soaked. We pulled off the road where there was a mall. He went inside, bought a brand new pair of boots, and just threw away his old pair. That's how bad it was. Luckily, I have the proper riding equipment. I have the proper rain gear with boots and everything that I always carry. You never know when you're going to need it on a trip. Even though out west we don't get much rain, but there's always the possibility. And you can tell from the windscreen I'm starting to pick up some rain. Now, I had to pull off the road because I wanted to get my rain gear on. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pulling off the road here because I don't know how much rain we're going to get. And it did start coming down a lot harder and everything. It was in the short distance between where I got off here and where I stopped, I got wet. Well, that was the first rain I've had on this whole journey. I guess I got lucky, but I think when I checked the weather forecast, it didn't say anything about rain, but further south it's going to be all sunshine and hot. So I'll be able to dry off. My lower pants leg is all wet. I didn't put on my rain gear because it didn't look that bad, and it wasn't that bad. I've been in a lot worse. So I'll continue on. I'm back on the road, and I just follow the signs for 37 South, which is Interstate 37 South, and that will take you into Corpus Christi. So you just stay on this road. It's pretty much all straight. Of course, I take my time. I pull off the road and stretch when I have to, but you can tell it dried up here. It's overcast, but that's nice for riding, especially with the temperatures starting to warm up more. And I'm just outside of San Antonio, and you can see how fast it changes from an urban environment to a rural environment. And now there's not too many rest stops along the way here, and this is one that I've pulled off many times before. It's just south of San Antonio. And like I said, there's not too many, but this one's pretty good. It has barbecue grills and things like that when you stop. I just wanted to stretch my legs a little before I really get serious into the riding, because I plan on going straight through to Corpus Christi. I made my first stop in a picnic area just south of San Antonio on Interstate 37. I've stopped at this rest area before. Now I stopped to clean off the windshield because I got a lot of mud and everything from that rain, and you can see it's very dirty. I'll be taking care of that when I get back home. It's only dirt. I don't get bent out of shape over that. Anyway, I'll keep on continuing on. Like I said, it's supposed to get hot when I get down to around Corpus. It's supposed to be all sunshine. And since I am traveling southbound, you get the sun in your face because the sun tracks south from east to west. So when you're facing into the sun. Now I didn't bring any protection for the sun. Maybe I should have brought that. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm back on Interstate 37 going southbound, and the roads are very good here. This is another road where I wouldn't take at night on a motorcycle. You do have wild hogs in this area. I saw one on the way in the beginning of my trip coming up 37. I saw a big one. It had to be over 300 pounds on the side of the road. And once in a while you do see that. In my area, I've seen wild hogs dead on the side of the road. And if you hit them with a car, or a motorcycle, you got to do a lot of damage. So just beware. And this is a deer country also. But you can tell this is like normal traffic. Once you get out of the city of San Antonio, it really clears up. There's nothing down here but open road. It's a lot of farmland along the way. Now they do have a rest stop that I usually hit down near a little further south, but I'm trying to make time and everything, so I try to keep the rest stops to the minimum. And you'll see as I get closer to Corpus Christi, it will clear up a lot more. And it's nice because I don't like traveling in the rain. I've done it quite a few times. I don't care for it, and it can be dangerous too. Not only that, but people when they drive, they're not paying attention to motorcycles. So you know, if you're in a car, please give way to the motorcycles. I know some of them, they scare people because they have loud pipes on their motorcycle. I don't do that with my motorcycle. I keep it quiet. I have to preserve what I have of my hearing, and as you see, once in a while when I do stop and I talk, I have dangling around my neck earplugs, and that's to you wouldn't believe the steady sound. It has to be up around 90 decibels, and that's without loud pipes. And being exposed to loud noises over time, you cut down on your hearing. And the further south I go, you'll start to see, especially when I get south of Corpus, we have a lot more palm trees down south. You don't really see that many up north in the northern part of Texas. You won't see that many palm trees because they do get a cold winter up by Dallas and everything. They get cold winters. We get a mild winter, but in 2021 we were hit by some winter. We lost power and everything for we went without power for a straight 24 hours, and then it was intermittent, and it wasn't fun. Luckily I had a tabletop burner stove, a portable one, and I put that up on the in the kitchen, so at least we could eat. And look how bright it's getting up ahead. It's getting more and more bright, and like I said, this Interstate 37 will take me to I-69, and I-69 used to be I-77. They changed the numbers. I think I mentioned in other videos, they're going to make a major interstate. It will be labeled I-69. It will go from the Mexican border, the U.S.-Mexican border, to the U.S.-Canadian border. And they now allow trucks with Mexico's trucks further inland in the United States. When they first signed NAFTA, they were limited to how far they could go into the United States. Now it seems like it's all open. I see where I live, there's a constant flow of trucks from Mexico in the United States. A lot of them go to the port down by me to pick up fuel. That's one of the big things. The Mexican fuel they have a pretty much a nationalized system for oil and everything is pretty bad. It's mismanaged. There's corruption and everything. So they have a big problem with fuel. So they come over to the United States, pick up fuel, and they'll go back to Mexico. And as you can see, this is typical South Texas. No mountains, no hills. It's flat open. Now I'm traveling south to the east of me, which is on the left-hand side. You'll start to see further south. I can always tell when I'm near Corpus Christi, because on the left-hand side, when I see the wind turbines, they have a big wind turbine field over there. That's when I know I'm very close to Corpus. I'm getting very close now. As you can see, this gantry sign coming up states Corpus Christi, and when I get a little bit further down, there'll be a turn off. Now I didn't get that on video, but it's very easy. You just follow the signs. 37 South to I-69 South, and that's all you have to do. And it's a comfortable day. It really is riding out here. And this is pretty much the traffic all the time here. You don't see changes in the traffic. Now they do some road construction, because they're doing the construction on I-69, and they're expanding it, and they're also bypassing a few towns along the way. I usually take that up when I go I take a different route when I go to Houston. Houston is a different route. I take it to 69 to 77, and I forget what other road there is, but I go through Victoria, Texas, and that route is okay too, but there is construction along the way because, like I said, to be changing it. And this is almost the end. Thank you for coming along on the journey, and I'll see you on the next one, which will be going from Corpus to Brownsville, and then I'm home and I'm done with this series.